I was a curvy child. The saying, I got it from my mama, was inherently accurate because I literally inherited my curves. I did my best to keep them hidden, but by the fifth grade, my first growth spurt hit, and I couldn't hide anymore. First came the nighttime routine. I would pull apart the stiff, hard brace. Then I forced my body into the tiny opening I managed to create, bracing myself for the chills that ran down my spine as that cold plastic encircled my body. During the day, I made adjustments to my body to appear normal, but by nightfall, the curse of my curves imprisoned me. That worked up until my first growth spurt hit and my lowercase s transformed into a capital S. After that, I graduated to the day brace. Now, allow me to explain the nature of these curves. I have a condition called scoliosis. Essentially, my spine was shaped like a backward S. The degree of severity varies per person, but the curvature of my spine was so extreme that the Hunchback of Notre Dame had nothing on the hunched shoulder attached to me. Initially, I tried to hide my day brace by throwing fashion out the window and wearing baggy t-shirts. But it didn't take long for me to abandon the brace altogether. After all, it was the root of all my problems. It was bulky and uncomfortable and made me feel like a spectacle wherever I went. The longer I rejected my brace, the more damage I caused to both my spine and my mind. Instead of accepting and embracing my curves, I was showing the world a version of me that didn't exist and never would. A decade ago, I underwent spinal fusion to get rid of my curves once and for all. The surgery involved the placement of 2 titanium rods and several large screws. I thought I would finally be able to fully embrace my body, but that wasn't the case. My insecurities didn't disappear, they merely shifted. Because the issue was never the shape of my spine. It was the shape of my mind. I didn't love or accept myself. And that was the root of all my problems. It wasn't until I chose to embrace myself, flaws and all, that I was able to become bulletproof. It began with talking about my condition and telling my story, and now I even point out how one of my shoulders is slightly higher than the other. And when asked about my scar, I lift my shirt and show it off without hesitation. What was it that David Guetta said in his hit song, Titanium? I am bulletproof in mind and in body. Embracing the titanium that straightened my spine and curving my mindset to embrace my body allowed me to see the true beauty, power, strength, and resilience that I possess. Today, I stand before you with a bulletproof spine and a bulletproof mind. But I didn't get here overnight. I know firsthand how easy it is to construct a web of lies to showcase to the world. However, it's even easier to get caught in the same web we create and become blind to the impact it has on our minds and the distorted lens through which we view ourselves. That tangled mess that we craft over time becomes so dense that we lose sight of who we truly are. We become entrapped by these deceptions because the lens we use to view ourselves is not an objective one. It's distorted, colored by our past experiences, societal pressures, and our own insecurities. But it doesn't have to be this way. We can choose to recraft our lens and let go of the lies and insecurities that have been holding us hostage. In order to break free from that deceptive web, we must acknowledge and embrace our flaws and realize that they are what make us who we are. The moment that we do this, that tangled mess will begin to unravel itself, revealing our true beauty and strength that has been there all along. So let's take a step back and examine the lens through which we view ourselves. Let's embrace our flaws and love ourselves fully so that we can break free from that web of lies and become the beautiful, resilient, and bulletproof individuals we are meant to be.